Oh, man, we're smiling after this weekend of sport. Welcome back. We sadly couldn't see the Proteas in action again this weekend. How much are you going to take from us, COVID? How much, man? But there were so many other fixtures to keep us well entertained, from the Currie Cup locally, the Tri-Nations, to the PSL, and of course the English Premier League didn't disappoint. Senior sports journalist Ryan Vrede is here to give us a weekend sports review. Senior, and I mean that in a nice way. You know, he's accomplished. That's what I mean. Buddy, where should we start? Should we start with the Currie Cup? High hopes. It feels like the teams are starting to gel now. They needed a bit of time, obviously, to hit their straps. Griquas, despite the potential that is in that side, still winless. The Pumas showing a lot of heart to kickstart the weekend with the win.
Yeah, Griquas always potential, but in fairness, in the past, sometimes they've turned it on for periods. This year, not so much. But the Bulls are the standard this year, man. It's just a testament to great coaching, great recruitment, and then putting it all together. They're undoubtedly the team to beat. I mean, the Sharks are the closest to them in the competition, both from a log position and just in quality of play perspective. But I don't see anyone stopping them. I know it's relatively early in the competition, but I don't see anyone stopping the Bulls this year. They're just an edge ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, and they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the scary prospect. 40-13 over the Cheetahs. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, or snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Western Province just again pipped at the line by Lions side. They probably needed this win from a morale perspective, but really good game of rugby.
Yeah, so Province are kind of a strange case, because they came into the competition, or they should have come into the competition with relatively high expectation, given the quality of their squad. They've got a good young coach, young relative term, but they just can't seem to put it together. The Sharks, like I said, the Sharks and the Bulls are just nipped ahead of them, and particularly in clutch situations, where the Bulls' experience has shown. Sharks to a lesser extent, but they've been good in the clutch as well. Western Province just not there, and that showed against the Lions. A game like that, you've got to manage and close out.
Yeah, you've got to finish
it,
man.
Yeah.
Final score 22-19. We did get to see the best of Siobela Senatla finally, which was great to see the man at full pace. Let's move to the other rugby, hop the pond, Tri-Nations. We kind of expected a draw, but we didn't, and then we got a draw, and it was like, oh, okay. Talk about a damn squid. It was pouring with rain, red cards. It wasn't the best display of rugby. And Australia, I've got to feel aggrieved. It could have been an amazing comeback considering that red card. But Argentina are the real deal. We've got to stop considering them as a weaker side now. They've proven themselves.
And we've got to start considering Australia as the side that they are. They've won 1 in 6 in 2020, which is terrible. And I saw, you know, the coach lamenting how poor their game management was throughout that game, and I mean, they just nowhere. And Argentina definitely on the up, considering everything that happened in the week in the build-up to the game with Matera and some of the other guys. That would have taken a huge toll on that team, and to turn in that result, I think, spoke to the character in that side. And you're right, we've got to start taking them seriously.
A lot of heart there, and that we cannot discount at all. Let's bring it back to South Africa for some PSL action. A lot of draws, man. I think Stellenbosch the only team to get away with the win this weekend. All of those draws meant that our reigning champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, with their draw against Maritzburg, kept the top spot. What was your standout fixture? Maybe Cape Town City up against Orlando Pirates, 4 goals. That's a good day out.
Yeah, unusual. Like, it was draws in rugby, draws in football, but yeah, definitely that result. Also, I don't see anyone like with the Bulls. I don't see anyone beating Sundowns to the title this year. I mean, Spurs was their closest challenge. Chiefs were their closest challenge.
Spurs are great, though. They are great.
We'll get to them in a minute. Chiefs were the closest challenges this last year. Last season were just not out the gates this year at all. Closer to the relegation zone than anything else. But yeah, Sundowns going to be hard to stop again this year.
Okay, so let's talk about Spurs. Let's do that, my friend. For once, I can be completely biased. London derby, huge expectation, and we were hoping that form would count for nothing with Arsenal sitting in 15th place on the log. Not with the quality of their players, it's just not clicking. What is Arteta not getting right? Take nothing away from a brilliant performance, great counter-attacking football from Spurs, but what is missing from Arteta's setup? When you look at that strike force, you'd think he should be doing better.
Yeah, I think what Arteta is not doing right is what Jose Mourinho has got right through recruitment. The spine of that Spurs team is incredible. So from the top, Kane, his recruitment of Hallberg, and then the centre-back pairing have been really good this year. I think the spine of that team needs addressing, speaking about Arsenal now. Spurs, on the flip side, are doing what Mourinho does. We spoke off camera. When you go 1-0 down against Mourinho's side, it's a really long way back from there. I know that they trailed in the possession stakes, but that's what Mourinho teams do, right? And they still managed to close it out there. Of all the teams, I know that Jurgen Klopp spoke about Chelsea as being the most likely to win the league this year. I think Spurs are the most prominent challengers to Liverpool's crown this year.
Take nothing away from a brilliant performance by Chelsea, 3-1 over Leeds United, and then, of course, Liverpool proving their championship-winning credentials yet again.
Indeed.
With a superb performance, it must be said. An absolutely superb performance, showing the best of how they can manage a game and counter-attack. When the game is tight, they deliver. So, well done, buddy. I see how magnanimous we were in that exchange, man. But what the take-home here is that Spurs are going to win the league. Thank you so much to our senior sports journalist, Ryan Vrede, for taking the time to join us this morning. And then make sure you tell us what your favorite sporting moments are from the weekend. And we could be calling you to join us here on the show as part of our weekend sports preview on Friday. We'd love to connect with you.